Hello and welcome back to part 2 of Britain's Great Tracks, where we will look at another 3 of Britain's famous circuits. Moving on to the modern layout of Donington. This layout has changed massively from the 1938 layout. The first sector is downhill, very fast, and the corners are mostly flat out, whereas sector 2 is uphill and provides 2 right-handers. The long back straight has been broken by a chicane, which can be difficult to master. A Ford Focus from the TCR series will showcase a lap of modern Donington. Down the start-finish straight, approaching turn 1, which is a downhill long right-hander. Turn 2 is a slight right bend, easily flat out. More of the same for turn 3, but is a slight left. Slightly on the brakes for 4, and lift and coast through the corner. Now back on the power up the hill into 5, and back on the brakes for turn 6. Downshift to 3rd gear, hit the apex, and let the car move out. Into 7, which is a blind corner, similar to Brands Hatch, turn 7, but has a wider exit. Now power down the straight, approaching turn 8 and 9 for the chicane. Brake hard downshift twice and guide the car through here, using all of the track available. Back on the power towards turn 10 hairpin. Slowest corner on the track, easy of the power for the exit. The final corner is another hairpin, which is downhill slightly on camber, which helps with traction. And across the line to complete the lap. The Goodwood Revival Circuit is an iconic classic and annual racing event that celebrates over 25 years of racing, featuring Old Mini and Austin Healey's. The track itself is mostly fast and medium speed right-handers with a very scary chicane for the last corner. The car driving around today will be a classic, the Aston Martin DBR1 from 1956. Here we go then down the straight into turn 1. Lift and coast through turn 1, maximising the track as much as possible. Back on the power for turn 2. The difficult challenge of this car is the very sensitive brakes. The front tyres will easily lock if braking too harshly for corners. Tap of the brakes for turn 3 and hit the apex and back on the throttle. Turn 4 is more of the same, gently on the brakes and turn in. Let the car settle before applying more brakes for turn 5. A little deep going into the corner. Turn 6 is a long right bend. Once again, easy on the brakes and apply full power once the car is settled. Down the straight, a little kink in the straight for 7. Approaching 150 miles per hour. Crucial braking zone for turn 8. Gently applying the brakes and let the car slow before turning into the corner. Now for the tricky chicane, nice and slow through here, as you don't want to hit the walls or go wide on the exit. Back on the start finish, straight and across the line. From the Goodwood Revival Circuit to the famous hill climb. The Goodwood Festival of Speed Hill Climb is the most iconic and famous classic racing event in Britain. From modern Formula cars to classic pre-war cars, this hill never gets old and it takes skill and confidence to master. A real treat for you today as the Formula 1 Renault from 2003 will take to the hill. The screaming V10 will give the fans goosebumps as it storms up the hill. Let's go! Carefully on the throttle. Up through the gears at a rate of knots and turn in sharply for turn 1. same for 2, and then go full power down the straight. Near 1000 horsepower transmitted to the rear tyres. Brake hard for Mole Cove and trust the car through here, don't go wide. Power up the hill towards Flint Chicane. Be brave and hope it sticks as you flick the car right then left. Into 6, nice and tight, and give it full power down the straight, flat out through the final corner and across the line. That's all for this part. Stay tuned for the next video where we will showcase another 3 of Britain's great circuits. Thanks for watching.